According to statisticbrain.com, running a marathon is something less than 1% of the U.S. population has ever done. Dike resident Sue Sonnenberg decided to try her hand at one with the help of a good friend.
Something that I've always wanted to know if I could do it, kind of thing. Just proved to myself that I could do it. And so with a few life changes and things, a good friend of mine really pushed me to try to do it. And so set out to do the St. Louis one.
Sue picked to run in St. Louis for her first marathon, a city she's quite familiar with.
For me, it was exciting. I love the city of St. Louis anyway, being a Cardinals fan. And so, and it was the first rock and roll marathon for St. Louis. And so I had always heard that those were very fun to go to because there's usually a new band every mile. So yeah, for me it was fun. And I knew the city of St. Louis pretty well. So to see those sights while you're running through the town was fun.
Most people spend years attempting to qualify for the Boston Marathon. For Sue, it took just one marathon, and she didn't even realize she'd qualified without the help of her good friend.
Running the Boston Marathon was never on my radar at all. I honestly just thought I just want to run one marathon, prove to myself I can do it, and then be done. So it came to me from a friend of mine after I called her and told her what my time was. She said, "I think you just qualified for the Boston Marathon." I was like, "Nah, I don't think so." It was exciting, and like I said, I'd never even thought about it. So when she said that, and then I got on the computer and looked, and I was like, oh my gosh, I did. And she had always wanted to run the Boston Marathon. It's always been a life dream for her. So she was like, let's go and do it together. And so otherwise I probably would have never done it.
On April 15, 2013, Patriots Day in Boston, which commemorates the first battles of the American Revolutionary War, she competed in the 117th running of the Boston Marathon.
Just to be a part of it was amazing, but it's 26 miles of fans cheering you on, and there's no school in Boston that day, so all the kids are there, families are there, there's a lot of offices that don't even have to work that day, and honestly, mile 25 to 26, they are so loud cheering you on, it's like almost stifling, because you can't hear a thing, and it's just amazing because they're cheering you on to cross that finish line.
Sue finished the Boston Marathon in 3 hours, 48 minutes, and 47 seconds, a feat she was extremely excited to share with her dad.
I probably use the word amazing. I just remember crossing the finish line like, oh my gosh, I did it. And I called my dad immediately. I was just so excited. I wanted to share it with someone. But yeah, it was just like, I actually accomplished the Boston Marathon. So it's just a feeling I've never had before.
She finished the race about a half hour before the unfortunate attacks took place, and at first wasn't quite sure what was going on.
I was about a block and a half away. So I had already gone through the runner's chute to get your foil blanket, your medal, your picture, all your fuel and re-energizing food and drink. And then I don't know, you're just kind of taking in the atmosphere yet. You know, runners that are crossing and people that are excited. And you're kind of sharing in that camaraderie maybe. But then you also go and you check your bag of dry clothes and your phone and things like that. So I'd just gone to pick up my phone. And again, I wanted to celebrate with someone, so I called my dad. But my intent was to go back and watch my friend Jackie finish, because this truly was her life dream. 7 marathons it took her to qualify. So it was truly her dream. I wanted to see her cross the finish line. That was more important to me. But anyway, so I called my dad. And so we were talking on the phone, saying I did it, saying how amazing it was, what an experience. And we heard these noises. And at the time, it was not even a thought in my head that it was a bomb. I was like, what was that? And my dad even heard it on the phone. He's like, what was that noise? I'm like, I have no idea. But then our phone call it ended. It just got cut off because the cell service got cut off. But at the time, then I turn and I look, and I felt the bomb. I felt that vibration. I heard it. I didn't know what it was. But then I saw the smoke when I turned. And again, still not really thinking, okay, it could be a bomb. But then there's people running saying it was a bomb. And still I'm thinking, at the Boston Marathon, like really? And so then, but then people are running and they're saying that's what it is. And I think more than anything, it was like those black SUVs with dark tinted windows came out of nowhere. So, then you knew it was something pretty serious.
Overall, she said it was an amazing experience and a return is possible as she hates the event to be tarnished by this past year's attacks.
Now that Boston happened the way it did, there's an inkling to go back next year. My time requalified me. So, yeah, I can't say that I won't go. So it's out there yet.
Reporting for UNI TV, I'm Blake Anderson.